Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Little Brown Girl 4C Hair Care.
My mama.
My daddy.
But today is not about my little brown girl, which,
This
she's here.
is what I want to show you today. Who pooted?
I'm sorry. It's so foul. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, it is locks. Today is all about locks. So as you can see here, I'm starting my oldest son's locks. This is kind of how he's been wearing his hair. Shh. And so it's just kind of matted and unkept. And I'm like, if you're just going to keep it like this, then you probably need to go ahead and lock it. And he's like, yes. Now, he's had locks before. So let me show you a picture of that. Let me show you also something that I've done. When I clip, as you can see, there's no clips at the root here. The clips are on down the lock. This gives me an opportunity to stretch each one of them so that we get the full length of his hair in every single twist, with the exception of the ones like kind of around here. Because, I could put a clip down here. See how long that is? But I'm not gonna do that right there. But anyways, I'm gonna show you his hair, and I'm also gonna show you my son Gavin's hair, whose locks have matured, but his formed freeform, which means that it just matted on its own. And then at some point I just went in and was like, let me separate these and kind of give it a little structure. His has some mat at the top, but not enough. So I'm going to just go ahead and separate them and make them kind of the size that I want them to be. So I will show you. Oh, let me show you this real quick. I am using mango and lime locking gel to twist. However, I normally use Talia Wajid, but I haven't had an opportunity to get to that store. But I am using, to give some type of detangling, Talia Wajid's great detangler leave-in conditioner on his hair to help me separate the kinks, and so that I can part and form his pattern for his locks.
Love you guys.
One thing you need to know about locks is that, it's not that critical, but when I was taught how to twist locks and start locks, I was told that the direction that you twist them in is very spiritual and very important. So I twist all my locks. Whenever I create locks for people, I always twist going to the right, okay? So that's around the clockwise. And another tip for locks is whoever starts your locks, it's probably a good idea if they continue to maintain them, because you don't want a lot of different energies in your head. When you create locks, it is a spiritual journey. It tests your patience. You build that self-determination, Kujichagulia muscle. And so in that process, you don't want anybody else's energy, your spirit, kind of flowing in this energy that you're trying to create here. So just keep that in mind if you're out there and you're interested in starting locks, that's pretty important. Like if you're into the spiritual aspect of this process, then that's definitely something you need to think about. Now, if you're just rocking this hairstyle for a trend, girl, go ahead and do your thing. Okay, but if you're doing this for the purpose of the full experience and all that comes with it, definitely take into consideration twisting counterclockwise, and also the person who starts being the one who continues to maintain them. Now let's talk technique and mechanics. So whenever I start locks, I always start from the bottom left and then I work my way this way, but that's because I'm left-handed and that makes the most sense for me. So you have to do that according to, I guess, what hand you are. So my goal is to window locks or create like a brick pattern. So I don't try to lay them right on top of each other. Like these are almost like right on top of each other. That's not my goal though. So whenever I see that starting to happen, I'll start in the middle the next time in an area to where I can create the overlapping. The reason why that works pretty good is because whenever you go to style the locks, you have some dimension to your parts and things like that. And so that's always really good. As a person who had locks myself, I appreciated having those types of dimensions when I went to part or style my locks. So as you can see here, when I go to get my product, it's not much. Like, it's literally the smallest amount that I put on the hair. And even when I retwist, I don't retwist with goo gobs of product. I don't use much product at all because I'm not very fond of product buildup. Now, the white stuff you see on his hair here, that's the leave-in conditioner. That's not. And the method that I'm using to twist, if you didn't notice it, is just a palm roll. So I put my hands together and then I just roll the hair in my palms, and that will dry and kind of dissolve. And as you can see, it's not a solid, strong twist, because if you twist too strong at the root, it'll break the hair. But you want to give it enough of a twist to where it creates definition and, being able to see in between the parts, but not enough twist to where it puts so much tension on the roots that the hair breaks. All right, so guys, this is my other son's hair. This is what mature locks look like. He's had these for over a year, right, Gavin?
Mm-hmm. A year and a half. I think.
Yeah, a year and a half or something like that. And so as you can see, different style. He has the the sides shaved, and he just has this up here in the top. His hair is sandy. So crazy how genes and traits work, because my other son has like black hair, and this one is like super sandy. But anyways, twist at this point like once a month, sometimes not even that, just depending. But yeah, that's his hair. Now, when you start your locks like Trey, his will need a little bit more attention in the beginning. But once they start locking, once a month. Now, see that? He's in it. He's in it. He's in it. Also, it's best to start your locks in the wintertime, because you can't really wash your hair for 3 to 4 months. You got to give your hair enough time to not be able to unravel. So there has to be some matting going on, and it usually takes about 3 months for that matting process to really get in good, to where when you saturate your hair with water, they won't just come out. You don't want to undo all the work you put in to separate your hair and get your parts and stuff together. So start in the wintertime if you can, because you don't sweat as much in the winter, of course. Now, if you're the type of person that works out, it's really not going to matter, fam, whether you do the winter or the summer. But you tend to just naturally sweat more in the summer. Just remember, you can't wash your hair. Now, if your hair kind of gets stinky in the process of your lot, he's talking all in the middle of the video. And they're stinky, you can always get you some witch hazel or a type of astringent and kind of cleanse the scalp with that. They make products out there that are like sudsless shampoos that you can spritz in the hair and kind of massage into the scalp and rinse out. I wouldn't do that, you know what I'm saying? I would just like take a wet rag and just kind of go through there, follow behind that with a little olive oil, bloop, 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 bloop. That's what I would do. So those are my lock tips. I will show you what Trey's hair looks like, a fresh start of locks for the fresh new year. When we come back. So there you have it. This is the ending product. It's been a few days. Sorry, I can't ever finish a video on time. But this is what they look like.
It's only been 4 days.
I did have to comb out the ends a little bit because they were just a little too puffy.
Yeah.
But this is his set of locks. They are so super soft.
I love them too.
Yeah.
So does everybody else.
Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Bye.
Please get a thumbs up.